Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer is Best, and I'm going to start this 1978 Chevy C10 truck that goes by the name of Billy James. Billy James, because the guy that used to own this truck, was named Billy James, but the only thing original on the truck that Billy James used to own is the cab. The rest of it's pieced together. So the bed and the insides and everything's all been changed on this truck. I'll get that out of the way. I know I repeat myself a lot, but every once in a while I do get a new subscriber now and again that might come across this video. It's took 8 trucks to make this one. Different trucks, different pieces. It's all just to put together the best parts of what I could find. 8. So I was out here looking. I thought I'd give this a start. I know, give it a cold start. It's been a while since I've started this truck, and as I've said in my videos, a lot of times, it looks like I start the trucks every few days, but that's not the case. It's been a few weeks for this, and we've had a lot of cold weather here in East Tennessee, and so I thought I'd give it a shot and see how quick it starts up and let it run a few minutes maybe. It'd be good for it. And we're really blessed with a beautiful day today, and it's somewhat warm. It's about 50 degrees, which is, after being in the teens, it's like a heat wave. I was kind of looking at some of these grills. I have a few of them up there. Hang on, guys. Okay, I'm back. As my buddy GM1038, and he found a truck cab. Oh, he was sharing it with me, my thoughts or whatever. Check out his YouTube channel, GM1038. His name is Brian, one of my best friends. Him and Tim Dixon, and several others, Charlie and Waylon and all those folks, Corey. Anyway, getting back what I was talking about, forgot what I was talking about. My 1980 Chevy C10 truck. It's a custom deluxe, and once again, I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description of this video. And we can kind of look, and I was just kind of looking at grills. I'm not going to dig everything out. I'm not going to be out here but just a few minutes. But I got this grill. Got another. I hate to even mess with anything. Everything's just standing up here by imagination. Got another one behind it, and let's see what else I got. Hey, I got some window things. I don't know what they're for. Probably for square body. I've been collecting stuff for a square body. Isn't this a mess? This is quite embarrassing, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, I got me some cab corners too. That's great. And some glue traps. I'm so disorganized. I know about what I have, but at the same time, I'm forgetful. Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3 grills here, 2 over here. So yeah, I got a mess. I'm a parts hoarder. These oh my goodness, come on, Jimmy, what's wrong with you? Air dams, air deflectors, whatever. I got one there and one here. I need to probably get rid of them. I don't think they're much count. Well, no, they're not. They're used ones. I've been having, when I put air dams on, I have to take off the hardware for these in order to mount it onto the 84 C10 truck. I have a left turn bill. So I got me some C10 hubcaps. Ain't no count. I just hang on to anything square body. Anything square body. There's a back glass for one. And anything square body. There's some back trim. Tailgate. I think this is a GMC. It is a GMC, and I forgot I had. I come in here every once in a while, to do cold starts or something. And still, I can't remember what I have and what I don't have. Everything's just up here by imagination. My little garage here is at a slant, so I have everything kind of with strings and everything, trying to make as much room as I can for stuff. These old pieces here are from my 78 GMC truck I had. Shannon, remember that bucket seat console truck? I miss that truck too. That's a good truck, wasn't it? Well, if you've been on my channel for a long time, you know. It was, you know about the truck. I sold it and 4 others to Rob Pitts on YouTube. Oh, okay. Hey, that's the gold letters. That's one year thing. I was trying to see, okay, this one. Hey, that's a good one. I'll put that on the 1980. I was calling it a 79. If you watch the link in the description, I was calling it a 79, but it's actually a 1980. I didn't know it till I my wife and I decided we was going to buy the truck, and then we got the title, and it said 1980, but I thought it was a 79. I'm just trying to see what I have. Remember in my videos, no, those are metal. I don't think they will work. I'd like to find me some better 1979, 1980 headlight bezels. I don't have any over there. But in any case, it doesn't matter. I get sidetracked. I've got the battery connected on this truck. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can get myself. Hey, the clock's working good. Nope, no mice. No bugs. That's good. It's too cold to be. It's been too cold to be running around anyway here in East Tennessee. I'm going to give it a couple of pumps. Act like it's going to then. I tell you what, I'm proud of this truck. It's come a long, long, long way. And anybody in their right mind would have left it on the trailer going to the scrapyard. That's how I got this truck. And the guy had a title for it, and I bought the truck. And like I said, the only thing left is the cab. The only thing original. And maybe this door. Trying to warm up here. It's been cold here, guys. Sorry it's fogging up a little bit. I'll let it warm up for just a minute if you don't care hanging out with me. I was telling my wife this morning, this is PIB, I said, I'm so glad, I'm so blessed not to have to get up and go to work like I did all my life. I started working when I was 14, I think, mowing yards, and then, you know, done odd jobs here and there. I won't get into everything, but I've had a bunch of jobs in my life. Not good at any of them, but I'm proud to say I was never late for work. And a lot of times, you know, when I felt bad, I'd call in and say I wasn't going to be there, and I'd do my best to muster up enough energy to go on in. So I went in several times, and the boss said, "Oh, I thought you weren't going to be here." And I said, "Well," I said, here I am, you know. I said, I'm going to stick it out as long as I can, and I'd try to stay the whole day, even though I was sick. But anyway, with all that being said, I was thinking about when it was time for me to retire. Now, I don't know when you're seeing this video, but I've probably had a birthday, so I'm going to say that I'm 67 now. I'll say that, even though at this moment I'm still 66. Enjoy it while you can. Let's see if I can back this up. Let it get a little bit of air. Move it around. This garage is kind of hard to maneuver in because, once again, I'm a parts hoarder. And, you know what, guys? I'm going to have to... Oh, the fun of being a parts hoarder. You can't beat it. But like I said, even being a parts hoarder, there are advantages, because, you know, I've got that 1980 now, and shoot, boy, it's tight fit. I might have to get rid of some stuff, honestly, but nah, I'm just saying that. Let this thing run for just a minute out here. I'm just trying to get it past this door, so I'll make sure I don't hit nothing. Whew, close. And I got a truck over here too I got to be aware of. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'll let it sit right here for just a minute. Let's let it run for a minute, okay? Sheesh. Like I said, it's been a while since I've started. But what I was talking about was, I was thinking about, you know, when I was working, and it was time for me to retire, you know, and I went to, my wife and I, we went together to sign up for my Social Security at the Social Security office, SSI. And that lady, you know, when it was my turn, you know, they call your name, you come up, and you know, they get all your information, or they have it, or whatever, they just verify. I don't know. Anyway, that lady, that lady was very mean, and she, boy, she gave me a hard time. And she said, you're not going to be able to make it on what you're going to be able to draw on Social Security. And I said, ma'am, I said, I've been planning for this for years, you know, several years. I knew I was going to try to retire at 62. So, you know, she kept, man, she just kept on and on. She said, you're not going to be able to survive. She just kept saying that. She said, you're going to have a rent, you know, house payment, whatever, car payment, blah, blah, blah. And I said, lady, you know, I said, ma'am, I said, I've already planned for this years in advance. I said, I put a new roof on my house. I put vinyl siding on the house. I got a brand new central heat and air unit. Was, you know, it was a few years old. I finally got it paid off. I said, I've been planning this. I said, we got a new hot water heater. Of course, it went out, but I mean, I didn't. But I said, I don't owe for any bills. You know, all my vehicles are old, but they're paid for. I said, I don't need. I said, I'm not going to have no payments of no kind. I said, ma'am, you don't understand where I used to work. I said, I absolutely hated my job. The last one, right before I retired. I said, I hate my job. I said, it's terrible. I said, I get in trouble with my boss that didn't like me all the time. And I said, you know, I said, no matter what I done, it was wrong, you know, whatever. And man, I tell you what, that lady just get me down the road, and I finally just, I'm trying to condense this, so forgive me if I talk too long, but I said, lady, I said, just forget it. So I wound up talking to one of my friends before I retired, and his daughter worked at SSI, and he gave me her phone number to call, you know, ask for her, and I did, and she got me all squared away, no problems, nice as she could be. And you know, said, you've worked all your life. She said, enjoy life while you can, you know, you're not promised tomorrow. And she was just the opposite of what the other lady was. As bad as the other lady was towards me and didn't know me from Adam or Eve, whatever, she was just as good. And I'm so proud my friend gave me her phone number. Just by chance, I was happening to be talking to him. And this thing's starting to smooth out now. It's been cold here. Anyway, my point is, if you're thinking about retiring, if you're in your 40s or 50s, whatever, start planning your retirement now if you can. I mean, do what you can to get yourself prepared. And I hope to God you don't run across a lady like what grilled me down, you know, that first lady that was so mean. She was, I mean, my goodness, he gave me down the road, and I said, lady, I said, we're not promised tomorrow. I said, the Lord might kill me, or not. I might die next week. I said, I'd like to have a few days, you know, a few years of good health. I said, my family doesn't live that long. You know, the history of my family doesn't live that long anyway. Actually, I'm the last one left of my family. Let's see if I can idle this down just a little. Hopefully it... Oh, I sure do track in grass, don't I? I had this thing cleaned up. No, it's still cold, I guess. It's starting to warm up a little. Anyway, start preparing now. I sold a bunch of vehicles that I was, before I retired, I sold my 62 Impala Super Sport. There we go. Just had to warm up a little more. I'm going to let it run for just a minute. Maybe y'all can hear me better. But anyway, I sold my 57 GMC truck, my 57 black 57 truck, a black 62 Impala SS factory 327 4-speed car. I sold it. I sold my 62 wagon. Seemed like I sold something else. Anyway, I sold all of them. That's how bad I hated my job. I mean, I was getting ready for retirement. I did not want to have any bills, anything, you know, where I was under. Even my phone I'm using now, I don't have a contract or nothing. I just want to be free. I want to be free from somebody telling me what to do or treating me badly for no reason. This person that used to be my boss, I mean, I'd been there 20, I don't know, I'll say 25 years, close to 25 at this job. And you know, I always tried to do the best I could. And I don't know, this lady just didn't like me. I was actually training somebody on a job. You know, I used to go around, you know, training people, you know, new people that just hired in that didn't know how to do things. And you know, this one guy that I was training, I could tell he wasn't going to last, you know, the whole day. You know, he just was not interested. He still lived at home, and daddy was taking care of him. You know, he wasn't gonna amount to anything. Didn't want to try. All he done was sit there and, you know, play on his phone. He got him a little stool, or a little box, and sit down on and start playing with his phone. I said, buddy, I said, I'm fixing to leave here in a couple of hours after you burn this job. I said, you better know how to run this robot and what to do. I said, I'm not going to be up here all the time. I'll be somewhere else. And he didn't want to learn. He just wanted to play on his phone because he didn't have no reason. His daddy was going to feed him. His daddy's going to clothe him. His daddy was going to blah, 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 you know. Didn't have no reason to. And he was, I think he was 30 years old and still not interested in making his own living, you know, and trying to do better for himself. So, anyway, I told him, I said, it's lunchtime. I said, it's 11:30. Be back here by 12 o'clock. I said, you get 30 minutes for lunch. I said, you can go outside the plant, get you something to eat, or you can welcome to eat there in the cafeteria. You know, I showed him where the bathrooms and the cafeteria and all that stuff was at. He left, and my boss came around later. You know, his lunchtime was over, and I was working. I was running that robot, and she said, where's so-and-so at? I said, well, I told him lunch was 30 minutes. And I said he hadn't come back yet. It was an hour and a half later. By then it was, what, 1:30? And we got off work at 3. And, boy, my boss chewed me up one side and down the other. I mean, she did not leave a place where a bite mark wouldn't on me. And I said, how am I supposed to keep up with somebody on their lunch break and make them come back to this job? That is not my job. My job is to show them how to run this job, and then, you know, and help them to get started to learn, and then they take over. I said, I go back to doing my job. And I mean, there wouldn't have, When I say bite mark all over me, I mean chewed up one side of me and down the other. And you know, I was just as nice as I could be to anybody. I'm trying to learn how to do a job, you know, that I know if I can give them tips, I give them tips, you know, blah blah blah. My point is, that's how much I hated my job. I've had some good jobs in my life, some that I really liked and enjoyed doing, but this particular place, I didn't like it. But you know, sometimes you do things you don't want to do. I was getting too old to get hired anyplace else. You know, by the time it started out being a real good place to work, and I stayed there for a long time. Like I said, nearly 25 years, if not 25. But toward the end of the run there for me, I knew I was too old to go anyplace else. I was 59, 60, you know, getting ready to retire. Nobody's going to hire me. I didn't want to start out again on second or third shift, a low man on the totem pole again. You know, I've done worked my way up the ranks, even at 25 years of service and never being late a day in my life, you know, it didn't mean anything. They thought more of somebody else that just walked off the street. You know, that's how places are nowadays. But I'm sorry I got off on that, guys. I truly am. My point is, if you're thinking about retiring, if you're in a position where you think you can retire, by golly, do it. Look what I'm doing today. I'm starting an old truck, and I'm not bragging. The Lord can take any of this away from me at any moment. I could fall over dead in any moment of my, you know, I'm not bragging. I'm never bragging about anything. I'm just saying, get yourself prepared. If you're thinking about retiring, don't go get you a new car. Get you an old car. Here's an 03. That's fine. Don't go in debt. Try to keep from going in debt. Don't go in debt. Try to get you a place that you can pay for, something that you can afford. You know, make sure you got all your ducks in a row, that you have as many bills paid as you can. And it's okay to have a little side hustle, whatever, like I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm never going to get rich. I'm never going to make much money on YouTube. I don't even know why I do YouTube. It's just, I actually thought about quitting doing YouTube. It still crosses my mind. But anyway, the point is, I get a little bit of revenue. Not much. Probably not enough for my time, but I was going to start the truck anyway, so might as well make a nickel, right? Make a nickel. So get you a little side hustle. You know, help somebody out if you can. Man, that's a good motor and transmission. I really like this truck. Billy James. Anyway, I thought I'd start it. But anyway, get yourself. I thank God every day that I don't have to get up in the morning, be there at 4:30, work 10 hours, sometimes 12, at a job that you absolutely hate. And it's not so much the job, it's it's management. It's absolutely management. You know, I might have even stayed a little bit longer, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know, the way you treat people. I mean, that my boss knew me ever since I come to work there, and she used to work on the floor too, is what I call it. You know, the main plant. She used to be a worker too. A lot of my bosses used to work on the floor, and I don't know, they get those positions and their head swells so big, and their attitude changes. You're no longer a friend. You're just a person that's really of no use. And I don't know. I used to do my best to make sure I got production on whatever I was doing. Do my best, you know. And then when you got I would work very hard. I'd start before the shift started, get started working, have all my parts, have everything all ready to go. And you know, I'd start before the shift started. I'd then be working because I wanted to be off on the weekend so I could spend time with my 2 boys that were still living here, and, you know, spend time with my wife. Because if you didn't make so much production during the week, you know, there's a chance you might have to work, you know, over the weekend. So I would do my best, and every time I got my production, not every time, a lot of times, when I was got my production for the week, they'd move me to another job that where somebody had lollygagged around and didn't do nothing, and they wanted me to work the weekend. My name would be on the list. Jimmy, you're working this job. And the guy that lollygagged around didn't have to work. He was off because he was the supervisor's friend or fishing buddy or gopher or whatever, you know. Are y'all getting tired of me talking about this? I bet you are. Anyway, but you know what? Even in that job, I done the very best I could. I'd be upset about it, knowing that I got you know, screwed over. But I would sing. You know, I would smile. I'd talk to the Lord while I was working. You know, I'd be on the job by myself, and I'd talk to the Lord. Just do the best you can, you know. And I don't know if that even made my bosses madder or what, but I was always singing, cutting up, trying to make someone else laugh, you know, tell a funny joke, make a funny face, or do something, you know. Anyway, maybe that's part of why they was upset with me, because I didn't get, I'm not saying I didn't get mad a time or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10, but I did used to get upset some. But I done my best considering everything. I done my best not to get mad, because that's not the way to be. Like I've said, you know, lots of times it's harder to try to do good a lot of times than it is to get mad. It's easy to get mad. Lord knows I can get mad, especially in those days. I could get mad real quick and justify myself being mad, but it's not of any consequence or use, you know. It's you're just making yourself upset, and you know, and Satan's really liking that when you get mad at someone else. So need to pray for others, guys. And I don't know what happened to that guy that I was supposed to be training. I seen him one time years and years ago, not too long after I guess he quit and wound up at Taco Bell. And and there's nothing wrong with Taco Bell. I was there to eat myself, but I seen him back there, and I seen him come around the counter. He's going outside to smoke a cigarette, and I could see some people looking, you know, the workers there, thinking, where is he going? And he wasn't there anymore either. I mean, I'm sure they figured him out probably the first 30 minutes that he wasn't going to do nothing. But anyway, my point is, it's easy to get mad, and it's do the things. Sometimes the things that are hardest to do are the things you should be doing. Pray for others, guys. Get yourself ready for retirement. If you're close to my age, in the 55, 50, 55, 60, get yourself out of debt. Enjoy life while you can. Don't be that guy like I was, getting up at, you know, 3, I'd get up at 2:30, drink some coffee, read the Bible, get myself ready to go to work, try not to get sick to my stomach, because I knew I had to go back in there, and try to have a good attitude. That's the main thing. Try to have a good attitude. I would laugh and cut up and just make the best of everything, even though deep down inside I was struggling. But anyway, I made it. Thanks to the Lord Jesus Christ, I made it. You need to try to do the best you can, whatever you're doing. Get yourself prepared for retirement. You can survive if you watch how you spend every penny. And sometimes it means staying home. We stay home. We don't do a whole lot of running all over you know, and charging up credit card debt or anything like that. We just do our very best to stay home. I play with old trucks. That keeps me out of trouble. We save up for everything. Everything you see on this truck, which ain't much, wheels and tires, bumpers, tail lights, whatever, we do our best to save up for it, and you know, and do without in order to play with an old truck. But you know, at the same time, I can sell this truck. I probably wouldn't get all, well, no, let me say this, I'm definitely not going to get all the money out of this truck I have in it. But look how much fun I've had, and I've stayed here at home. I don't know if this video makes much sense, and this is not the way I had in mind to do the video today, but I'm going to end it here. I know y'all's probably X'd out or whatever of this video, but I appreciate y'all listening to me. Truly, I do. It means a lot to my wife and myself, and hope I didn't bore you. Maybe you've had a job like I've had before that you absolutely despised. I hope not, but like I said, I've had some really good jobs, but before. But one of my best jobs, I won't get into details, one of my best jobs that I really liked was hard on my body. So after 14, 15 years of it, I quit. I really enjoyed the job, had some good friends there, and seemed like, you know, I was well respected there. You know, I mean, the bosses liked me, stuff like that. And had another good job that I really liked, but it was swing shift, 12-hour swings. You know, you work 2 days, off 2 days, work 3 days, off 2 days, work 2, you know, like that. And then every 2 weeks you went from night shift 12 hours and then day shift 12 hours. And I found myself on the interstate falling asleep. You know, I'd catch myself veering off the road and stuff. So I thought, I'm going to kill myself or somebody. So I got a job that wasn't swing shift. And those are the best 2 jobs I've had. Well, I was a DJ once. I liked that, but that was just part-time. After I finally got over the initial speaking into a microphone, you know, it was pretty scary for me telling the news and such. Anyway, I'm sorry, I get off on things. When I do that, I say squirrel. If I see a squirrel, you know that I'm off in left field somewhere, and I apologize for that. But I thank you for looking at old Billy James here and listening to an old man talk and trying to give you some sound advice. If you go to Social Security place, going to get started on your Social Security, don't listen to the mean lady that says you're not going to make it, you're going to starve to death, you're going to be out in the middle of the road with nothing, not going to have no clothes on, you're not going to have nothing. What are you thinking? You better keep working. You know, if you think you can make it and you have a budget out that you think you can make it, do it. Do it. There's people that will help you to succeed. But you have to be strong-willed in order to retire. You know, and you know, those vehicles I told you about, those are some of the best vehicles I ever had in my life, and I sold them because I wanted to retire. I wanted to enjoy life with my wife, and you know, I mean, every day I used to sit in the break room and look out and think, oh my goodness, if I could, Lord, if I can just make it to retirement where I can enjoy the day, feel the sunshine, you know, I'd be eternally grateful as long as I can eat, you know, have heat in the house, you know, have my bills paid. You know, I mean, I have bills, you know, utilities and blah, 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 like everybody else. But you can make it, guys. Just start planning now. Plan now. Plan now. Sell things that you don't absolutely need like I did. And, I mean, you can start all over a little bit, like this truck here this took 8 trucks to make this. You know, you buy an old used hood, you buy old used fenders, you buy a used bed, you buy used insides, you know, just save up. Anyway, I've talked long enough, and I appreciate y'all listening to me. Truly, I do. It's been It's been an honor to have y'all on my channel listening to an old man talk about an old truck and everything else going on that's crazy in this world. But y'all have a blessed day. The Lord is in charge. He has redeemed me. He has redeemed you. He's washed us clean with his precious blood. We no longer have sin against us. And just remember to help others whenever you can. And if somebody's being mean to you or something, just smile. Don't let them know it's getting to you. Just be confident in yourself. Ask yourself, are you doing the very best that you can on your job or whatever? And if you feel comfortable that you're doing the very best you can, that's all that somebody can ask of you. That's all the Lord will ask of you. Do the very best you can. I'm also on Facebook, Parameters Best, Instagram, Parameters Best. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. And I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. I thank y'all for listening to me, guys. I'm sorry I talk so much. Sometimes things just rattle in my head, and sometimes two balls or three balls, whatever, cling together and a conversation comes out of my mouth. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate y'all listening to me. And if this video's too silly or something, I might not even post it up. But y'all have a good day. I thank you for listening. God bless each and every one of y'all. Catch y'all in the next one. I'll see y'all later.